Hey guys, I'm April from Giggle Glitter Graphics, and today I am starting work on my travel journal. Now, I don't do a lot of traveling. I'm hoping to start doing more traveling this year and into the future, but we'll see how that goes. Best intentions, right? So I did get a little start on this, and honestly, I got stumped already. So I'm going to try and clear my palette, my creative palette today, by working on just some little things to tuck into this journal into the future when it's done. But for now, I'm going to give you a quick little tour. I have made a cover using this piece of upholstery fabric and a product box. I think this was waffle or pancake mix. And I got this at the thrift store. This is like a London 3D sticker. I thought that might be fun on the front, but I didn't get past the idea of this will be fun on the front. So I'm gonna sit that to the side. And this is a cut off from the upholstery fabric that I used to cover the cover. And I really want to do something with those grommets, and I have a couple ideas, but nothing has entirely manifested, if you're sensing a theme. And I've got some fabric for the inside, and I've started 3 signatures, but they're just not quite wowing me yet. They're there, but I feel like I want to add maybe a little bit more. So I don't want to attach that to this inside piece yet until I kind of have more of an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put all of this to the side, but now you're caught up. That is what I have worked on. I haven't filmed for a couple of weeks. I took a little bit of a break. I needed to just reset my brain. I worked on making some digitals. And now I think I'm going to try to jump back in with my travel journal. So I figured an easy place to start would be just to make some envelopes. I am really putting the training wheels on, but I was watching some videos online and I saw a video by Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she made these really cute kind of folio envelopes, and I was like, hey, those would be great in my travel journal. I've got some printed pages here that I can work with, as well as a couple of others off to the side. And then she used book pages in hers as the second pocket. So I grabbed some of my pages that are in different languages, some of these books here, and I'm gonna try my hand at making some envelopes. So I wanted to try and preserve some of the print. I know in her video she used cardstock for all of hers. Mine is just a thick copy paper. These are printed on both sides, but I am gonna go ahead and lose some of that, but that'll be nice when it opens up. There'll be a little something on the inside. And all she did, I'm gonna try to follow her tutorial for these first couple, and then I might go a little rogue on the couple after that. But all she did was grab some book pages and tear them in half. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just to make a pocket. Now I think these book pages are smaller than hers. I'm looking at this and it looks a lot smaller. So let me see. No, that'll work. That should be fine. I might need to trim this a little bit, but that's going to work. So let's use the phone folder. And I cut this with scissors. It's been a few days, and I watch these videos while I'm kind of working on things on my computer, while I'm making digitals, that kind of thing. You know what? I'm gonna use my paper trimmer. I probably didn't need to fold it if I was gonna do that, but there we go. All right, so this is just my Italian English dictionary. I've used that a bunch, but I promise I'll use some other papers today. And let's go ahead and the way she did it was, this was the inside pocket and then this is the outside pocket. And I wanted to save some of this print. And I'm overthinking it. Just fold it. Just fold it, April. There we go. Okay. So we've got that. This will come all the way to the bottom. And then this will fold over into a pocket. And she said to leave some space at the top so that it's easier to get things in and out. So I'm eyeballing it from the side here. Right like that. I actually kind of like that amount of overhang, especially with the decorative edge. That worked really well. The back is a little unremarkable, but I can decorate that or attach this inside my journal, I think. So that's not so bad. Oh, let's see here. I am going to trim this down. And just for the sake of simplicity, I will just take some off, just a little off the top. Let me grab a pencil, make a line. Part of me wanted to try and take a little off of each side and center it up, and again, stop overthinking. All right, I'm gonna have to open this up and turn it the correct way. So I'm working with a new setup today. I got some new lights, I got a new microphone, and I can kind of see what I'm doing on another screen. So I'm testing some things out today. So if there are some mechanical blips, that's why. All right, so I've got my pieces here. I think I'm gonna turn my book page so that I have more writing coming out. And that looks like a pretty good line for that. Now I'm going to glue this first one, and then I'm going to make a second one, and I might sew that one on the sewing machine. She said you could do either or. I am just trying to get back to it today, so let's make things easy and use some glue. So this one, I'm only going to glue on the two sides, so right here. And she left the bottom open, I guess, so you can put longer things in, and this just kind of serves as a divider. My glue is really kind of coming out of there. There we go. There's that one. And then repeat that right here. Oh, can probably clean that up a little bit. Fabri-Tac is low. When it gets low, it wants to kind of just run out of the bottle. Oh, I went way too high on that. All right, I'll try and wipe some of that off. And my cat Hermes is here to say hello to everybody. I think he is demanding some food, so I'm going to go see to his needs really quick. All right, hopefully he's happy, but we'll see if he comes back. So, all right, this one has dried up while I was away, and now I've got these two little pockets in here. That's so cute. I like it with all the print on there. That's fun. I have some room to decorate, or even just put some lace or something on the back to kind of blend that, and even write on it. I can have some space to journal or write about the contents. So I like that. There's a little more I'm going to do to this, but I'm going to make a second one really quickly. And I'm going to come back to some of the finishing touches after I make a few of these. So how am I going to do this one? I know I wanted to use the globe, so that would make it the flap instead of, or the sailboat. That one is not working the same as the other one because the design is on the other side. So let's see here. It could just be a left-handed envelope. I think that's the answer. It is a left-handed envelope. All right, here's my other piece of dictionary page. I'll use that as a guide. And go about there. Let's make it a little bit deeper. There we go. Right, like that. Sure, just commit. Where is my bone folder? It's right here. There we go. And fold my pocket back in. I'm gonna turn this because I am not left-handed. I'm gonna be like, why did I make a left-handed? I mean, you turn it up and take your things in and out. It does not really matter, but it can go into the journal this way. So just gotta think outside of the box a little bit. All right, there's that. And here's the back side, little piece of globe there. And I've got to trim this up, just like I did the other one. All right, so in the interest of time, I went ahead and trimmed that up and glued my pocket in. So now I have my second little envelope. It's on up. So I thought that I would make some different sizes of these. So I'm going to set these to the side and I'll come back to these and put the closures on them. But I wanted to grab, I did do some cardstock and I thought these arabesque patterns were really pretty, and just for a little contrast inside the journal, I thought that the neutral colors contrasted really nicely with the travel journal kit. So I thought that I would make a couple more envelopes out of these and with the heavier cardstock and just see how I like them. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to make them as big. So now I'm trying to decide, do I cut these in half or get crazy? I wanted to try and get some creativity flowing and go on my own. So I think the first thing I need to do is just trim this off. I am using principles. I make principles. All the principles I use in this video will be in the description down below. They're in my Etsy shop. That way, if you are interested, you can hunt them down. All right, these other edges off. And then I think I might just cut this right in half. And that would let me make 2 envelopes with different patterns on the inside and outside. I'll just flip it. Let's see. I'm not going to worry about it being exactly in half. There's a good chance that that's about the middle. And it sure was. So let's do kind of the same thing. But I'm gonna grab, what do we have? Now I can use some of my smaller book pages. So let's grab, this is a French play. I believe it is listed as a comedy. Let's see, should I go to the front? I'm not a professional page ripper outer. There we go. Let's grab a couple of those and we'll do French for these. And I'm going to be able to cut these pages down. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, I'm going to actually fold these first, I think. And then I'll adjust my papers. Let's flip this one. Now my brain's all twisted. There we go. I will do this one this way. That way I have kind of one of each. These don't need to be the same, but I'm going to be a little, there we go. Great. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper trimmer, try to keep everything kind of straight. I would think you could definitely tear these papers and kind of have some rough edges going either on the tops, but I'm just gonna work kind of neat today. I'm not sure why I did that. I'm gonna probably have to cut this down more, just a little bit. There we go. Well, I should save that little scrap. It has potential. It's got some text on it. That'll be nice. And I think if I just do this one right in half, or half-ish, that should give me my 2 little extra pockets. So I might have folded this up a little far, but I'm also not mad at it. That is going to need trimmed up some more, but I think I'll do that with my scissors afterwards. I'm not inking today. I just wanted to work fast and clean, and I was kind of prioritizing getting work done instead of being super finicky about what that work was. So, all right, let me put that down. Drop that down just a little bit. This is going to have a pretty small flap. It's probably fine. It's fine. That works. Be a little tight, but it works. All right, gotta glue the rest of this. I'm sure I could always come back if I want to add some stitching to these. I don't see any reason why I couldn't stitch through this later on my sewing machine. Save me some trouble today, and I'll do one sewing machine session and add some details to things later on. There, and I'll just add some trim or lace or something to that. That'll extend it just a bit visually. And that'd be really pretty with a graphic or a cluster or something on it. That'll be fun. All right, set that one to the side, and let me do the same thing to this one. All right, so I finished that one up, and now I've got all 4 of my envelopes finished. Now I can see why she used cardstock for these. This is going to be a little more flimsy than I might want if I'm putting like a few things in here. But I could make a decorative panel on the back out of cardstock, and that would add some rigidness to it and help it hold up a little better. I do think this is going to function just fine to tuck some things in there, but if you're worried about sturdiness, I would definitely do cardstock instead of this heavier copy paper. This is a much thicker copy paper than normal, but it's still not cardstock weight. So she finished off hers with little ties. The brad, I'm not even sure what you would call these, the technical term, but the little fasteners where you have one and then the other, and she used brads through them. And I do have some brads here somewhere that I got out ahead of time and was prepared with. Oh, there they are. These are the Tim Holtz Ideology long fasteners. These may be a little on the small side, but it is what I have, so it's what I'm going to use. I thought at first I might do brown, and I pre-punched this. These are 1-inch circles that I punched out of some cardstock, and then I realized that I might want something a little more interesting. So I can either stamp these with gold or something like that, but I did print. Let me grab some of these map pieces. I printed 4 to the page. These were the map pages from the Travel and Style journal kit. I just printed 4 to a page. I trimmed the edges off so I could get to them with my punch. And I thought that some of these might be cute as fasteners. So maybe I'm not sure, my proportions might be a little off with this using the 1-inch punch and these little tiny brads. I'm gonna do it anyway because again, it's what I have on hand. Can I pull that off? Yes. I probably just broke my punch, but I like those little trees there. Do a couple of those. I'm just kind of willy-nilly getting myself some of these. Come on. And then it takes 4 per envelope. So I'm just going to do a couple of the envelopes because I think I might like to do different closures on some of the others, like a tab or not put a closure at all. All right, there we go. Speed things up a bit. So let's look. Got my little pile of dots here. Let's pick some out to go on this first one. I definitely want to use some maps with the compass. I like that one. And I think I'll use this one as the bottom one. So I'll go ahead and use those brown ones on the bottom. That might give a little, I mean, it's hidden, but it will kind of peekaboo a bit. And then down here, there's some green. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. Trial and error. I want the brown one. I think I like the green better. It pops off but blends at the same time. All right. Now, I don't have a small, I'm using a 1/8 inch hole punch because, and I'm using my big Crocodile Big Bite. I'm not sure exactly what the technical term for this is. It's a little overkill for this project, but again, it's what I have because I need the 1/8 inch because the heads on these brads are quite small. If I had larger fasteners, I wouldn't need such a small hole, but we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna try to punch these both at the same time. Let's see here. And I'm just gonna eyeball it, which historically I'm not great at. It wasn't too bad. Put the fastener through and open it up. There we go. And I'm gonna repeat that for this one. What did I pick? Oh, here it is. Ink would definitely make these pop a little bit, but I promised myself I wasn't inking today. I don't even know what color brad that was. I think it was like an antique gold. My gold and my copper ones have gotten mixed together, and so I'm not 100% sure what I'm pulling out of here. There is the other one. There we go. And now I'm just going to glue these right on here in the center. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to use my Beacon Fabri-Tac. That's all I've used today. I like it because it dries quickly when I'm doing videos. You could definitely use other glue. This is just happens to be my favorite. I'm going to make sure I get glue on those little arms really well. And hopefully that is middle-ish. Right there. All right, and we are gonna let that dry. All right, these are all dry. I have the one I did on camera, and then I did this little envelope as well. I decided to forego the little circle clasp thingies on these two. I'm gonna do something else with those, I think. I'm not gonna fully decorate these today. I definitely want to leave some room for decorating once I figure out where they go in my journal. But I'm going to add the strings to these. So the string just goes between the two layers. If you haven't ever done this before, if you're familiar, then this is old news. And when I watched the tutorial video, she actually tied these in a knot on the side, but I think I like it just being able to come off and be loose. So I'm gonna do enough string to go here. And let's do a little swoosh over and go here and cut a tail. This is just brown and white baker's twine. I got a whole pack of this off of Amazon. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. And then before I quit for the day, I think I'm going to decorate one of these envelopes. I did pick out a little embellishment from my junk journal kit, and I thought it would be cute to do one of the small envelopes with some embellishments, just so I can feel like I finished something today. All right, so there's those two. Those are really cute. I could definitely decorate those more later, but for now, those are just fine. I'm going to leave Mr. Lefty on his own for now. Again, once I figure out where that goes, then I might do more to it. So that leaves me this little one. So I have my French writing. So I thought I'd do this little hot air balloon Paris thing on the back. And I am going to ink this one up. And that's definitely something I might come back and do on the other ones. Of course, I'm not prepared. Here we go. Got a dauber right here. And that is Vintage Photo, which I know is dying. I don't know where Walnut Stain is, so we're just gonna cross our fingers. Put some ink on here. This is just gonna be a quick decorating of this envelope, but I just needed a little something to finish off my session here so I can feel like, hey, I finished something. Hit these edges real quick right here. And I think I might rustle up my corner rounding punch. These are going to be a little hard to hit. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just kind of, yeah, that did the job. Close enough. Let's do this inside crease. I like when you open it up and that's kind of done up in there. And my corner rounding punch is going to be on the floor next to me here somewhere. Let me look. There we go. And I'll try the medium setting. I'm going to go too crazy. kind of finishes it off really, but gives it a nice look. All right. So that's all inked up. I've got this is the inside and this is the outside, and I think I'd like to add some, I feel like this is kind of light. No? Well, once I glue it down, it might not be so bad. Let's just tear some. I just want the word part. Might have needed more than that or less than that or a couple pieces. I want my words to be upside down. That could be nice. Just real simple. I don't want to do anything too dimensional because this might go into, well, I say that, but I think I'm going to add some lace to the other side. So I don't want to do dimension on both sides. It definitely is going to be hard to fit that into a pocket then. But let's toss some ink on here, and I will grab my glue stick and get these down. Hopefully this is going to get my creative juices flowing again, and I can start to tackle some of the elements, the main elements of the travel journal. I do have plans to add lots of journaling space, maybe like little notebooks and things like that throughout the journal. And I do have some travel items, things that I've saved from past trips that I would like to tuck into this journal. I will have to find them. I'm not a good memory keepsake person. And so I will have boxes of things in my closet that have things that are meaningful or a memory, and they're just all kind of tossed in there willy-nilly. And I guess this would be the perfect opportunity to get those things out. Let's move that up a little and add them into my journal. There we go. And glue this. That about in the center and about straight. This is spot? No. All right, we are all glued down. And I have this kind of skinny. This isn't too big. Just a little trim. Should I put it across the middle or the bottom? I like it on the bottom. Let's cut that. Just a little long. Come on, scissors. I think my scissors are gunked up, or that's really, really tough lace. And okay, that's the back. I should put some of these, just leaving everything open here. All right, and little bead of glue. And this little envelope will be ready to go in my journal when it's finally made. I rounded those corners and I'm going to cover them up with lace. It's funny how when we build layers, things that we do sometimes disappear. I guess you'll see them whenever you open it up. Yeah. Trim this up a little. And that's it. Got a little fancy envelope to go in my journal with my Paris scene on it and my French writing and her book pages, and all good to go. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I have a link to Shabby Dabby Doodah's channel and the video that got me inspired to make these envelopes today in the description down below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.